Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all had a fantastic week. For those of you who are new, hi there, my name is JoJo and this is JoJo Budgets. This channel focuses on my family's journey to financial freedom. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my week 3 check-in on paycheck number 2. We had a busy week, lots of expenses, so let's just hop right to it. Here we are at my transaction log and my weekly check-in sheet for variable expenses. This is how I keep track of 2 weeks worth of variable expenses that each paycheck covers. We're going to start here at the top because this is for paycheck number 2. And this is week 3. We are going to be looking at transactions from September 24th to September 30th. These are our variable expenses. I always like to use this remaining column over here just because when I update my transaction log too, I update it twice a week. It's usually on Friday and Tuesday. So when I'm writing in my different transactions, I keep a running tally of how much is remaining from that category that I budget for that category. So it's a lot easier rather than at the end of the week coming back, and I made probably like 4 or 5 different grocery purchases, coming back through and trying to track down every grocery purchase and type in the dollars and cents into the calculator. For those of you who have been following along with me, you are well aware of my struggle with my fingers on the calculator. So this just makes it a lot easier for me. So what I like to do, I'm going to come down here, find the last grocery purchase that I made. And I went to Costco. I did a pretty big haul. We get cash back from our Costco card, and it was like $70. So I stocked up on meats, granola bars, and I like to, spend a little extra money for the more quality food or food that doesn't have the harmful ingredients. So like our granola bars and eggs, buying organic, and then our meats, we've been trying to mix in some ground turkey. I've been substituting it for any of my Italian meals, and my kids don't even know the difference, you guys. I don't either. I just cook it with a little bit of olive oil, and it goes really well. I upload our meals for the week or dinners for the week every Friday on my Instagram. That's in the description box below if you want to go check that out. But we're having stuffed manicotti tonight, so I'm going to be using that ground turkey, and it tastes just fine. It doesn't taste any different. Okay, so before I ramble on too long. All right, so I can see that we have $83.23 remaining from this week's grocery purchases. I budget $400 to last us 2 weeks for groceries. So I just take $400 minus $83.23, and that tells me how much we spent this week, which was $316.77. Okay. And then we have that remaining $83.23. I've gone ahead and pre-calculated the rest of these just for the sake of saving time, but all of these sheets are available on my Etsy shop. So if any of you are interested and you are wondering kind of how I use them, the way that I found to be the easiest, I always just like to give an example. And then for eating out, we spent $88.08. My husband and I had a date night. It was wonderful. I also went out for mimosas and pedicure with one of my girlfriends. It was a good week. Lots of spending, but it was all good. And household, so okay, I know a lot of people say they spend a lot during the summer months, but you guys, the fall is bad for me, especially for home decor. That is my jam. Like, I am a sucker for all of the fall stuff. So I went to Hobby Lobby, but I did not buy anything from Hobby Lobby. I bought a vase and a some flowers, like a bundle of flowers to put on our, we have a dining room table, and then we have a table that kind of all the action happens at, that's in our kitchen, and that one just needed a little spruce. So I got that as a centerpiece. That was just from Walmart, and then I went to the Dollar Tree, and I went a little crazy in the Dollar Tree, but it was the Dollar Tree. The kids' fall break is coming up. They get a fall break here where we live. And so I bought, they have those little easels, mini easels with the canvas where the kids can paint things. And I mean, I have 3 kids. I'm not sure if my teenager will want to do it, but I got one for him too, just in case he decides to. So, you know, something for us to do while the kids are on fall break. We like to do little different arts and crafts and things. So they had those. And then I, of course, got some more decor. Because you can find some good stuff at the Dollar Tree, you guys. So, yeah, my house looks like fall threw up all over it. And I love it. Okay, so, yeah, this is just spending. I went quite a bit over budget. I had purchased Lattice. You'll see that I did use my Lattice. I was able to use gifts because that was part of my birthday gift. And my husband and I budgeted about $50 for each other for birthday gifts. And then I used that sinking fund, that my face sinking fund that's been building up. So it ended up being just right for me to get Lattice. I'm so excited to have some fluttery lashes. And another thing, you guys, so I really have just not been wearing any makeup. Before COVID, I used to wear mascara, and that was really it, but I've not been wearing mascara or anything. And I went out with my girlfriend for mimosas. I was like, oh, I guess I should at least put on some mascara. And my lashes, they were so healthy and long. So I think like the giving them a break and not wearing mascara, because I guess, you know, the mascara probably dries them out and makes it so that the natural oils have a harder time. And then, of course, when you're taking the mascara off, that kind of trauma to your lashes. But my girlfriend and I were both talking. We're like, our lashes are on point right now. So, yeah, I have my Lattice. I'm not wearing mascara very often. I'm gonna, I guess my lashes are just gonna fly away. This unbudgeted, we had a pretty big unbudgeted expense. That was some fees that we had thought we'd already paid that we had not. So I did end up pulling that though from, you'll see an extra on here. When I go to income, I pulled that from savings. So even though this is ginormous, we have it covered from our savings. Okay, and then my oldest, he has, this time of year we're getting the yard ready, and so he's been super helpful with that. We live in an HOA, we have to stain our fence, and we have a very large fence, and so it's a big job. So we normally budget $20 for each kid. We gave him $30 for, he was doing his usual chores, and then above and beyond, helping us out a lot with the yard. And so that's why his is so high. But then last paycheck, he only spent $1. So this is really like a whole month picture. So overall, he's really only over budget by like $1 because if he'd only spent $1 last paycheck. So that's kind of how I think about it as well. It's considering the previous paycheck as well. Okay, so all of this total, it's huge, you guys, was $1,304.34 because of this. And we are over budget by $389.34. But again, I pulled some money from savings to help cover this right here. Okay, those are our variable expenses. Let's skip over to the paycheck budget sheet and we'll finish reconciling these. Here we are at the paycheck budget sheet. I have it lined up here with my first green boxes. Yellow is variable expenses, green is income, pink is a bill, and blue is a sinking fund. For those of you who are new here, that's how I color code my check boxes, just to simplify this process. Okay, we're gonna come first up to income number 1, and my husband and I both had additional money on these paychecks because of Labor Day, which woohoo, that was awesome. Look at that. So income number 1 came in at $3,117.65. Income number 2 came in at $1,285.92. And then we do have our rollover, which what we figured out during last Thursday's week 2 check-in for paycheck number 1. Right here was our actual rollover. So you can see where I put in this expected rollover of $25.11.65. Make sure, oh sorry, you guys can't see that. Right here, now I'm going to plug in this actual rollover. That was $2,748.61. And I do have that extra as well, but I'm gonna wait and leave that open because if we have a week 4 check-in next Thursday, and I just kind of keep a running tally of those and then add it at the end. But you can see right here is where I have that extra for savings of $500 that came from savings 2. Okay, now what we will do, let me just check off these green boxes for our income. And I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that one. Now we'll move over here to our fixed expenses table and reconcile our pink boxes. Let me just move some stuff out of the way here. There we go. Okay, so the first one we come to is daycare. Get you guys lined up. Daycare, it always comes out as expected at $174. Okay, so we're done there. And then sinking funds, that is always the $935. And then savings 1 is $50. Both of those have 0 remaining because they came out as expected. All right, so those are all of our pink boxes. We'll wait to tally up our variable expenses next week when we do our week 4 check-in. And now we'll come to sinking funds. And there were those 2 sinking fund purchases that to cover the cost of Latisse, that Maface one and the gifts one. So I'll go ahead and put those in here. And this is like my sinking fund transaction log. So for Maface, I used the $97.98 that I had accumulated from that Maface category, and then $50.02 from gifts. There were no bills that came out that were debts for us to update our table with any ending balances just yet. There's going to be quite a few next week when we do our week 4 check-in, but that's going to wrap up this check-in, you guys. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow when I do my paycheck number 1 budget forecast.